Oh no.
Missing.
Greg?
Missing.
I thought this was a duet.
Missing.
Oh, so you're just going to sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me? Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim, and this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing storied career and do what we do best, which is make it all about us. Well, in every episode except maybe this one.
Well, I still plan to make a lot of this about myself. It's kind of, built into my DNA.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean, this entire episode is about us. I mean, it's a holiday-themed episode.
A very special episode, Jennifer's and Inertia's, because this one is going to be different from any other one. This is our holiday spectacular.
Our holiday spooktacular.
Still.
Yeah. Every holiday-themed episode is a spooktacular because you will be frightened, probably, by our takes.
And by what we look like.
Of course.
And this one, we're foregoing our classic Miss Thing and Diva Down. Because kind of what we're going to do, which I'll let Greg explain, is like, what we're doing kind of encompasses Miss Thing, Diva Down, and MOMSOS all in one.
Sure. Yeah, this week we're doing the 8 DODS of Christmas, parentheses thing. So the 8 DODS of Christmas thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically, it's a 12 days of Christmas type thing, but we're sort of basing ours off of the Destiny's Child song, the 8 Days of Christmas.
Which Greg told me to listen to, and I of course have heard.
Yeah.
And yet, it does not permeate my ears. It's just that one, what's the phrase? Have you ever heard of
Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Okay, we've got to stop, otherwise we're going to get sued.
Oh, right.
Even though Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle are all huge fans.
Oh, huge.
And Miss Tina Knowles.
Oh, she's the biggest.
Right, she does our costumes. You know what? I have a special holiday treat for you. Obviously, you probably know a thing or two about it because Jennifer's and Inertia's, Gennifertias, as I'm going to call you. Actually, maybe going forward.
Gennifertias.
Not to combine you. I know you are individuals.
Yes.
But I have a little surprise I'd like to bring onto the pod. Okay. It's my gift to you.
Ooh. Wow, for once he brings me something.
Sure, of course. And they are right here behind me. These are...
we're getting lit. Litness.
Not sure if you know what these are, but I recently moved, and so we needed to clear out like the pantries and the fridge. So sort of in the back of the refrigerator.
No, I know exactly what these are.
I found 2 little beers. Stella Artois Liberté Alcohol 0.0.
Okay, well, we should open them. And
we're going to open them.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're drinking on the pod.
And we're going to be so drunk with 0. Wait, are they twist off? Oh, he came prepared.
I came prepared. I was stealing things off your bar. So while you were looking through my bag, I was taking things from your house.
I know Greg got so mad that I was looking.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was a big surprise. Be careful with these. They will knock you down.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Listener, Gennifertias, you may remember, I famously got falling down drunk before my sister came to visit me, and I couldn't pick her up from the airport because I was so wasted. And it turns out I learned after she arrived that they were 0.0, so not a stitch of alcohol in here.
Okay, well, cheers, sister.
Cheers to us.
To us. To Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, to the 8 DODS of Christmas.
Yes. Yum. Beer.
It's toasted tasting.
Yeah, I will say it does taste like beer.
I'm going to put this down, even though it actually does taste quite good.
Okay.
You're not even 3 drinks in tech today. You're 4 drinks in tech.
4 drinks, and I'm going my comfort of the Coke.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so our special edition, 8 DODS of Christmas. Of course, that's like a DOD mom sauce, but instead of a typical DOD mom sauce, doll of the day, mother of the moment, sister of the second, we're sort of collecting our favorites of the year and gifting them to you in the form of us talking about them.
Yes.
So, of course, I think we've got to start strong. A late addition to the game.
And one we haven't actually talked about on the pod, even though it's everywhere in culture.
It's monoculture. Yeah. And that, of course, is holding space.
I mean, if this isn't monoculture, what is?
I thought Wicked was monoculture. Turns out Tracy E. Gilchrist is going to come in and shake up the world with this nonsensical comment. I mean, we need to get her on the pod.
Oh, she would. Did you see her? She did like a video for MAC Cosmetics.
Yes.
I mean, talk about like capitalizing on the moment. Tracy is nothing if not a capitalist.
And she works in queer media. The woman contains multitudes.
Yes.
I adore her. I just sort of love the blank way that she sort of throws that out, and that how that's received by Cynthia and Oriana. And for them to now be doing interviews about the interview, it's turning in on itself. I hold so much space for it.
I mean, this to me is such a DOD of Christmas because it's like, one, we are in queer media.
Sure.
Just like them. And also
it's us, and it's Tracy E. Gilchrist.
Yeah, and it's also like the whole interview, like kind of everyone is confused in it. Everyone is emotional. I do think that if you were to describe you and I, we would be confused. We would be described as confused and emotional.
Yeah.
And if we were to ever touch each other, which we never touch each other, at most we would maybe kind of touch one fingernail and like lightly grasping it and then like feeling uncomfortable, so we just kind of tap it as we do. So it's very it's like monoculture but also very us.
It's so us. I think that watching that interview, I think why it resonated so much with us and the world is that it is so much like an episode of Miss Thing. I think no one sort of knows what they're doing there. Fabulous ladies are sort of being discussed. They're kind of talking about Wicked and Defying Gravity, which we frequently talk about.
Yeah.
Cynthia's there, as she's always here in spirit.
Well, I mean, that to me is the other, like the main reason that this is our first one is because, hello, it's our girl, Cynthia. We would be doing ourselves a huge disservice and shaming our best friend and our number one fan, Cynthia, by not putting her in this first slot.
Speaking of holding space, that brings us to our second DOD of Christmas thing.
And man, does this person, hold space, fill out spaces.
He certainly takes up some space.
Yes, in my mind, every damn day,
in our minds, in an arena.
Yes, in our dreams, in our beds,
in his career.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets in the way.
And what we are talking about, Gennifertias, is Anthony, the French pole vaulter. We do not know his last name, but love it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, what this moment symbolizes is so often, you feel like you're going for something. Like you have a goal, you have a want, a desire, and you are striving for it. You're putting all of your energy into it, and then some sort of, let's say, pole comes along and points you in a different direction. And if that is not life in a nutshell, where it's like you thought that your dream was this, and maybe for him it still is, but guess what? Now, all these months later, I don't know a single French Olympian. And so I'm like, Anthony, even if you wanted gold, you got something better, which is infamy.
The holiday season, it's all about the North Pole. This year, Anthony was our North Pole.
Yeah.
You were saying...
He made my pole go north.
Go north. Go south, whichever direction.
We don't shame poles whichever way they point.
Absolutely. Yeah. A little to the left. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can work with that.
A little southwest. Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah, you were saying he's a good example of going towards your dream, and I thought you were going to say your dick gets in the way because sometimes that can really throw you off the scent. Yeah. But this year I'm just so inspired to actually get to meet the man behind the pole. And I did learn this year, and I think this is a real gift to learn that sporting events, organized sports, can be fun.
Oh, can they be?
Yeah, it's not all skill. Yeah. Some of it really is build, personality, what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know what? As far as I'm concerned, let's wrap him up and put him under the tree.
And I think it is time for the third.
Mm-hmm. And that, of course, is the AI-generated Willy Wonka experience.
Yes.
Let's put that baby on tour, because I'm going to need to go.
This is such a dad mom of Christmas for me, because I think it just represents 2024 in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you think you are excited. You are filled with wonder and awe that you are about to experience this beautiful Willy Wonka experience.
Uh-huh.
Then you get there.
Maybe even eat some chocolate.
Yeah. You're going to feel like a little kid again.
Uh-huh.
And then you get there and all of your dreams are dashed.
Yeah.
You are slapped in the face with reality of actually, nope, this is not going to be fun. This is actually going to be pretty scary. It might even give you nightmares.
Very frightening stuff.
It feels very much like you think, you're going and you're going to be like, yes, Camila will be our president.
Sure.
Sure. And then the 2024 hits you in the face.
With an Oompa Loompa.
Mm-hmm.
A
scary Oompa Loompa.
A dead-eyed Oompa Loompa. Yeah. And then beyond that, you venture deep into the unknown. An AI-generated monster that has absolutely nothing to do with Willy Wonka or anything, really. Mm-hmm. The reason that I, love the Willy Wonka, the AI-generated Willy Wonka experience as sort of as a holiday treat is because, sometimes around the holidays, you're looking to do something, you have the whole family, you're all sitting around. I think it's an opportunity to get everyone out of the house.
Yeah.
Spend upwards of $50 per person.
How much it costs?
I believe so. Okay, it was very, very pricey. Yeah. Upwards of $50 per person to sort of get out there and see sheets of paper that were printed and pasted to a wall. Be met with the dead-eyed iconic Oompa Loompa with her orange, with her green hair. And also
pay $50 just to have a nightmare.
Sure. Yeah. The thing is, I aspire for that level of scamdom in 2025.
I mean, you scam me that much every day.
Sure.
Every time that we're on this podcast, I walk away feeling scammed.
Right, but I don't do it for money yet. And that's sort of what I'm trying to, I'm trying to bring that energy into 2025. Yeah. I will say, though, it is a warning about AI. Everyone's all worried, well, what if AI does this? What if AI, hacks this? And I am saying, just given how realistic and lifelike and fantastical that was, I'm most concerned about what AI. That is exhibit A. I will say your apartment does kind of remind me of the Willy Wonka AI experience.
100%. When Greg was walking in here this morning, there was a woman entering the place, and we both didn't know if she was a friend of someone, or if she was, because she was kind of entering near the packages on the first floor, and so we both kind of were scared, intrigued.
Certainly. You weren't sure if we should let her in the building, but she did sort of follow behind us and push her way in.
And left with the package.
She did come in and take a package.
And you were like, are you just going to let that happen? And I was like, I am not confident that she doesn't live in this building.
Sure. And destination unknown with that package.
Yeah. And honestly, she is a dad mom because it's kind of like to have the confidence to walk into a building when there's two strangers just staring at you. Lean down, pick up a package, and walk out just look at us and smile.
Yeah. She had been on the sidewalk sort of for several minutes.
Oh, really?
Too, ahead of time. So to her, I say, enjoy your sheen.
Yeah, and also Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Enjoy your gift.
Yeah. And make sure to follow us on @MissThing the Pod on both Instagram and TikTok.
Should we run out and try to catch her? Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's probably long gone. Yeah. She's moved on to a different building. Yeah. Okay, and now I think it's time to dive into our fourth DOD of Christmas thing.
I mean, this one I'm actually... I love all my babies equally.
Sure.
But this one is someone that impacted the pod the most throughout this entire year.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is
J-Lo.
I mean, nary an episode went by, it felt like, where we were not bringing up this icon, legend, superstar.
Yeah, I mean, and to think, she's really run the gamut. Mm-hmm. You know, she's been a DOD. Yeah. She's been a Miss Thing. She's been a diva down. She's the first one where she was all three in one episode.
And also, she is not only in all those different segments, but she would just come up naturally in random parts of the episode because she can't stop miss-thinging all over the place.
Absolutely. And she can't stop diva downing all over the place. The thing is, J-Lo's gonna J-Lo. And if anything, we really learned that this year.
Yeah.
And J-Lo is a triple threat in that way. MOMSOS, Miss Thing, diva down.
And one of the DODs of Christmas.
And one of the DODs of Christmas.
If we
the
come
8
up,
DODs of Christmas.
And honestly, she's kind of all 8. So, like, you know, she's...
Of course.
It's like, what I love the most about her is that even when she is down and out, she still comes, like, even this month, I don't know if you saw that Instagram that she did the other day where it's like, she's like, sexily walking down in her dress to some song. I'm like, this woman can't help but be the hottest thing out there. While also she has that new movie that came out this fall called like Unstoppable, which actually got good reviews and is also, I was being Miss Cleo because I predicted when we talked about her in the spring that she should do some sort of like sports drama. And now she's in a very well-reviewed sports drama. Granted, I wanted her to be this athlete, and I think she's the mom of the athlete. But I'm kind of like, I hope this inspires her to, like...
go for more mother roles.
Nope.
As she is
well, she
mother.
Is a mother.
She was also in Mother this year. Or maybe last year.
I mean...
I have no concept of time.
Now she should do Daughter next year. And then... Well, I was
and then Baby.
Baby.
J-Lo is going to Benjamin Button her way back to birth.
I mean, she does look better than you and I and the rest of the population.
And no, it's incredible. I mean, J-Lo, I believe that film is called Unstoppable. Yeah. Look, the woman is unstoppable. The gift that keeps on giving. A gift that I received the other day was a link to Unstoppable.
Yes.
It was the first time I had heard of it. And I went, what's that? Cut to about 8 hours later, I get another email. Correction. The link was broken to Unstoppable. It took them 8 whole hours to realize that the link was broken. Meaning no one clicked on it for 8 hours. And that is just beautiful.
That is a dad mom of Christmas right there.
And J-Lo holding her head up high. No matter how down or out she is, the woman refuses to look bad or act like she's down. And I love that. I admire that. I need to take that into 2025. In addition to learning how to scam people and learning how to use AI.
And also, I like for all the Gennifertias, see, it doesn't roll off my tongue as well as it does on yours.
It takes a minute to get work the musculature up, the Gennifertias.
Yes.
And then it starts really, it's just like it's combining.
Yeah.
And you are not a monolith, by the way.
Yeah.
The Gennifertias and the Inertias.
You are however you identify. We support.
And the Gennifertias.
Okay.
You're losing.
Well, now you're losing.
I'm sorry, the beer.
The
non-alcoholic beer.
So go buy one of JLo's non-alcoholic Delolas. And we honestly are kind of having our own Delola on the pod today.
Exactly. She inspired us.
And cheers your loved ones this Christmas. Support our girl who will never be stopped. And she will be here, like I said earlier, in the year at the end of time. She will be here just like our pod will.
Just like our pod. Crickets, Twinkies, Delola, JLo, Miss Thing Pod.
Wait, I have to stop. Crickets survive the...
Yeah, I think it's crickets, right?
I thought it was cockroaches.
That's what I said.
Okay. Well, I wasn't trying to correct you as much as I really thought that I was learning a new fact, which is crickets survive the apocalypse.
You're wrong. I didn't say that. Let's take a break.
Yes.
We're back, and it's time for our fifth DOD of Christmas thing.
Oh, okay.
It's really Gennifertias. It's really...
You are adding syllables left and right.
Hey, you know what? It's the holidays.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so sorry that you have to see me this way, Gennifertias. Anyways, it's time for our fifth DOD of Christmas thing. And that is... Vanderpump Rules.
Something I know nothing about.
Your glass is high. This one's for you tonight. One of our great national heroes have fallen.
Yes, it has.
Vanderpump Rules has given us 11 remarkable seasons. Actually, maybe 6.5 really good seasons, 2.5 really unwatchable seasons, and I forget how many I just counted. The rest were mostly filler episodes. That said, it's the greatest show on television. I'm so sad to see that Bravo thinks it's a good idea to reboot it like they did with the other greatest show on television, Real Housewives of New York City. We'll miss them all. I know Tim will miss them most of all.
I know. As someone who has never seen a single second of either of these shows, I'm bereft. I'm heartbroken. But I know that...
But Tom Tom is your favorite restaurant.
Tom Tom Coffee?
Okay.
This is just an exercise in supporting my co-host and dear Judy over here, because this is a Dad Mom Sauce purely because I know how much this has affected you this year, how much you have been suffering and trying to get over this loss in your life, and I want to honor that. I want to hold space with that. I would reach for your finger, but it's far away. It's far away. And it's hand splitting season. I don't want to split your hand.
Sure. Yeah, my fingernails, they're fine. Yeah, they're a little short.
But
a little dirty. Oh God.
The reason, me just guessing, because the only thing I do know about Vanderpump Rules is that there was a cheating scandal. And that then now
saved the show.
And apparently I feel like there's multiple restaurants. I am not sure, Gennifertias, but I do believe that there is one of them closed recently as a result of that.
It's Schwartz and Sandy's, the one that's closest to where we live. Yeah.
Do they serve sandwiches? Sandy's.
It's unclear. No, they don't. Okay. Actually, I think there was a full 2 seasons where they were trying to get that place open. I do believe there's a lobster corn dog. Was a lobster corn dog, which I probably would have tried. But they did announce that they were closing the day before they announced this horrible news. So we just need to like really, live in the memory of what was and the greatness and sort of carry that through and really hold on to each other. Yeah. This holiday season and hold on to the original cast and Jax's original nose.
Sure. Okay. I support that. And I also would like to add, because this is what me not knowing a single damn thing about this franchise, is I would like them to open a restaurant. I think that they should open a restaurant that, no, strike that. They should open a motel for cheaters.
A motel for cheaters? A motel
for cheaters. Because
I think that's the first time anyone's sort of hearing of that.
Yeah, I think have it be Sandy and Schwartz, like, motel for cheaters, whatever.
Scandival.
Yeah, exactly. And just, like, capitalize on what you're known for.
Totally.
And then, maybe even now that Vanderpump Rules is over, reboot Cheaters. Is that still on?
It might be, and it's impossible to know, and there's no way to find out.
Well, do your own version of Cheaters at this motel, wherever the restaurant was, and, go support that for Christmas, and then give me 10% for thinking of the idea.
That is a great idea. Yeah. And Gennifertias, my co-host told me off air that he promised to watch Vanderpump Rules from the beginning next year, and we will be discussing it on the pod. Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of New York, the original.
Now, you have told me in the past that I need to do Beverly Hills, and now you're sort of switching it up and telling me another thing to watch.
You need to do Beverly Hills, early Beverly Hills, but you really need to do New York.
Okay.
Which leads us
into our sixth
DOD of Christmas thing.
I was about to say halfway through, but actually...
No.
I don't know how to do that.
No, we're on the Destiny's Child path.
Doesn't it feel like Christmas?
Doesn't it feel like Christmas? The ultimate ode to capitalism. Early 2000s capitalism.
We are on one in this episode, and we hope you're along for the ride.
Absolutely. We hope you're along for the sleigh ride. Ho, ho, ho. That song is amazing. You know what they gave on the 8th day of Christmas?
What?
A pair of Chloe shades and a diamond belly ring.
Okay, wait. Should we get that for Christmas? I think all of the Gennifertias
should get us a pair of Chloe shades and a diamond belly rings. We'll get our bellies pierced on the pod. Yeah. And then we'll do an entire photo shoot, a Destiny's Child style photo shoot. Original costumes by Miss Tina Knowles.
There is zero way that if I got a belly button ring, there is zero way it would not get infected immediately and my stomach would turn green.
No, you would definitely have an infected belly button. You already kind of do.
I mean, I can't think of anything I would rather do less than get a belly button ring.
Sure.
Like, I would rather
you can get your nipples.
Ben Affleck tattoo on my back
okay.
than a belly button ring. A Scout's honor. And you know how much I love the Scouts.
The Girl Scouts. I can't believe. I'm actually trying to picture you with either. I think you could pull off a belly button ring.
There is nothing I would want to do less than have a belly button ring, but a full back tat. I kind of think I don't have any tattoos, but like, if I'm going to do it, like, do it up.
I feel like I really see you with like the tiniest like music note, like somewhere.
And I see you with like a different language symbol on your bicep.
One of those old
like
stars.
Yeah.
I do have tattoos.
Is that the meanest thing I've ever said to you?
No. Well, I'm gonna do you one better. I don't have a belly button ring, but what I do have is a star. One of those famous stars.
There's like an outline of the star. Yeah.
Around the belly button. Really classy. Like very like 90s gay guy.
Yeah.
And Santana or what? Not Santana. What is that band?
Gay guy.
What is that band? The California. Santana. Santa Maria.
Is the guitar soloist.
I know that. Santana, but not Santana. Who is the band?
The Gennifertias will come for us. This is going to be like
doing
paper mache all over again.
It is going to be like paper mache all over again, which, by the way, I am not apologizing for.
It's too straight for me to know the reference. I'm sorry.
Santa Maria...
The Pinto.
No, the Pinta. The Niña. The Santa Maria.
That's actually what you would get tattooed.
I have the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Actual, like to scale.
Yeah. On your back.
On my hole. Which hole?
Well, you have the space.
Okay. Doesn't it feel like Christmas?
Okay, now let's actually get into the sixth one.
The sixth dot of Christmas thing.
And that is
Monstro Eliza Sue. The queen, the icon, the legend, and candidate for Miss Thing of the Year.
Yes. And for the Gennifertias, the Jennifer Z's, and the Inertias, however you identify.
Sure.
This is the monster from the movie The Substance.
The Substance, yeah. Spoiler alert, they turn into a monster at the end.
And you should have seen it. Yes.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, then I don't know what you're doing listening to our podcast. We love you. Yeah. All bodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
ABAB.
And this body is the most beautiful. And the reason why it's a Dod Mom of Christmas for me is because finally, I get to see myself represented in cinema. Mm-hmm. So often I go to the movies and I don't see anyone that looks like me. But then when I go and see this monster with teeth on the side of their body, and their whole body is sagging, there's multiple heads.
A screaming face coming out of your back.
Yeah, I think...
Which is your Ben Affleck
representation
tattoo.
Matters.
Exactly. I did... I did see that movie with Tim in theaters. Yeah. And, you know, when Monstro Eliza Sue sort of reared her beautiful head... I did sort of turn to him, and I saw his face. He was like a kid on Christmas morning.
You saw a single tear, an Olivia Colman single tear drop down my face at seeing myself.
It was really beautiful. I sort of had to grab your hand.
My finger.
Your finger. We don't touch. Yeah. We don't touch skin. And that's that. And 2024, not in 2025, certainly. No. I mean, maybe give us a few years. Monstro Eliza Sue, fashion icon. When some people go, everyone's talking about the incredible plastic surgery that's happening this year. We've been talking about it on our podcast. Some people are going to go in, they're going to be asking for the Christina.
Yeah.
Give me the Lindsay. Well, I'm going to go in, I'm going to say, give me the Monstro Eliza Sue.
Honey, I mean this with all the love in my heart. You're already there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
We're twins in that way. And I think also... I do just want to say and point out that I have seen myself before on TV, I think, and movies, and I think you have too. Anytime we step into something where we see Alan Tudyk on the screen.
Or Lyle Lovett.
Or Lyle Lovett for me.
Or Arnie Hammers
for you.
Me.
Yeah.
Arnie Hammers, I say.
I was going to let you have it. I was not going to. Then we see, but this is another level. This is kind of like, okay, actually... bitch stole my look.
Yeah, go off, queen. Also, your personality.
Who wore it better.
Yeah. Persistent queen. I mean, Delola herself.
Yeah.
When she is sort of searching for the hole on for who to put her earring, and she just
that's not my life motto.
Sort of just punches the side of her head with it. I go, I feel you, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Which brings us to our 7th Dod of Christmas thing.
We're getting there. Are you Okay, our 7th Dod of Christmas is probably the most special to my heart. And also, and Greg knows this about me, there is nothing I love more than watching press junket interviews. So this woman I already knew about her before she entered the cultural consciousness, but I'm
Shocking.
so happy she's getting her due. And that is Kirsty Flaw, the press junket woman who outed Blake Lively during the It Ends With Us press tour.
As sort of being evil.
Yes.
Yeah, but outed her from a different movie that I had never seen.
Yes.
Or heard of.
Yes. For the Gennifertias who didn't see this, even though I'm sure you have, there was this press junket woman icon legend who famously re-released an old clip of Blake Lively during a Woody Allen press junket interview where she told her that her congratulations on her baby bump and when she was very clearly pregnant, and
Blake sort of
didn't respond that nicely.
Basically sort of like punched her in the face back.
Yeah.
Verbally and basically physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I am taken aback to sort of hear her name said at me. I came into this thinking we were doing the lady who talked about who exposed Blake Lively, and to hear her name,
Kirsty Flaw.
Yeah, it sort of reminded me that I have seen it before, and there are a lot of errant J's, and I don't know what to do with that. So it makes me a little nervous.
I think first off, I am 0% confident that is how you pronounce it.
I think that looks right. It certainly
that is how you would phonetically pronounce it, and I think that, skipping to the end, even though we're going to come back around and actually go into Kirsty, I think how you can make this a Christmas gift is she's Norwegian, fly to Norway, go on a little holiday vacation, at some point ask someone how to pronounce this name, and then tell us. And that's how you can treat yourself to a good Christmas holiday and to us to a Christmas gift.
Absolutely, yes. All of the above. Yeah. And also, while you're there, I know nothing of the land.
Yeah.
But it does feel like it would be a Christmas wonderland there. Well, sort of lots of snow, lots of lights, very pointy houses.
And also, isn't it supposed to be like the happiest place on earth?
I forget which place you just named, but I would imagine.
Norway or Sweden is supposed to be like the highest capita of happy people.
Oh, yeah. They do seem very happy there. And which is so interesting that Kajirstavista is...
Flockhart.
Yeah, is that she would be, offended or even bothered. So Blake must be bad. The thing is, she has our career. Mm-hmm. She sort of goes and she talks to celebrities about shitty movies all day, which is
my dream.
Iconic. Yeah. We love her. I will say, as a gift to the Jennifers, the Gennifertias, that Blake Lively, I'm not afraid to admit it, was the only person, the only name that came up as a Miss thing that I said, absolutely not. And if you like her, great. To me, she is invisible. And and I feel very uncomfortable about people whose entire personality is their hair. Don't say a word.
But to bring it back to Kirsty, the reason why she is a dad mom...
Hey, we go for it here on Miss Thing Pod.
I honestly didn't even understand the syllables that came out of her mouth.
Of course.
Yeah. But the reason why she's a dad mom to me is because she's ballsy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is scary to go up against the machine that is Blake and Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
I mean, to release that and not be worried about backlash, especially because it could be seen as you're coming for a pregnant woman, and you're never supposed to ask women about being pregnant even when they are clearly pregnant. And it was everyone kind of saw exactly what happened. And then also, I don't know if you remember this, she went viral later in the year because her Anne Hathaway video also.
Yes, and Anne immediately apologized.
And I think it was very respectable that it wasn't that Kirsty was trying to be this mean, vindictive person.
She was being a little bit of a stunt queen.
Don't you dare speak about. Don't you dare speak about Kirsty that way.
I'm sorry. She will come for us.
And I want her on the pod.
Of course.
Listen, of all the dad moms that were doing this day right now, the one that I would be the most
these 8 days,
the one I would be the most struck by is Kirsty. And you saw this when we went to the queer screening a couple months ago or last month, there was a press junket line, and there was all these stars, Kristen Stewart, Daniel Craig, the entire cast, every up-and-coming gay person you've ever seen in your entire life. And the person that I got the most starstruck by was the Out TV press junket person. I literally clutched my pearls, grabbed you by the forearm lightly, and said, "Oh, I love his interviews."
Totally. And I
said, "Who?"
Ignored it because I was not sure what you were talking about.
You had to get to the bathroom and start mopping
sort
up the floors.
of mopping up the floors that were flooded. And then to sit through that 8.5 hour long movie.
Yeah, it is not a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said it but I'm happy saying it now. I do not like that movie.
It was a miss for me.
Yeah, flop.
Yeah. Which is our 8th dot, which brings me to our 8th dot of Christmas thing. Oh, I'm being silenced. I'm being silenced on my podcast.
You are being silenced here on Christmas Eve. Because we're filming this on Christmas Eve.
Sure. Before we
said no to our family and friends, and we said there is no place we'd rather be than with each other here on Christmas Eve.
Recording the podcast.
And talking about Kajursti. Mm-hmm. But yes, let's take a break and get into our 8th and final
DOD
wonder of the world.
Okay. Welcome back. And it is time for our 8th DOD of Christmas thing.
I mean, have you guys...
It is full, yeah. I mean, and of course that person is the person who is right outside the window, sort of mowing.
She has like a full sack of Christmas gifts on her motorcycle.
That's our girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 8th DOD of Christmas thing is, of course, it's actually going to be a tie. And that is between Mudang and Luigi Mangione.
And for those uninitiated, we all know that you probably know who Mudang is. Mudang is the baby hippo from Thailand.
Yeah.
I stopped speaking because Greg gave me a look as if that wasn't correct.
No, I wasn't sure what she was. She's just so darn cute.
Yes. She's a baby hippo from Thailand who took the world by storm.
They both have. Yeah. I mean, they're both cuties who have taken
the world. Yeah.
The hearts and minds of the world by storm.
And yeah, Luigi
Mangione, of course, is being tried for the murder of the United Healthcare CEO.
Mm-hmm. And people tend to seem to think that he is the hottest person.
Sure. Yeah, 2 cultural heavyweights.
Yeah.
One literally, one figuratively.
Yeah.
And not to body shame.
And you can decide which one is which.
Yeah, of course. Not to body shame. Mudang is a little big, you know. ABAB, as I say, all bodies are beautiful.
Yeah. Or as I say, ABLOB.
Yeah. And of course, Luigi is also kind of buff, so sort of serving muscle.
He is conventionally attractive.
Yeah.
It doesn't get lost on us that killers can be hot.
Yeah, and this is all alleged, by the way.
Yeah, allegedly, but
it seems it's kind of like looking in. That he did it. I've got a soft spot for an East Coast. I've got a soft spot for an East Coast Italian.
I mean, has there ever been a more Italian name than Luigi Mangione?
It is comical.
If AI spat that back out at us for come up with an Italian name, I would say, no, this is too much.
This whole thing.
Subtlety.
It's real life AI generated Willy Wonka.
Okay, so this is why...
He also looks kind of like Timothy Chalamet.
Well, I was going to say the reason why Luigi is a DOD of Christmas for me is because there's been all this talk recently about how Ryan Murphy should turn this into the next... monster on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then all these actors saying it's the best day for this actor and this actor. And I think that this is the best day for my co-host, Greg Trimmer, because I think that you could audition to play this man and book the role. I think your hair is a little bit lighter, I do think that you also look like Luigi Mangione. And that
interesting. I will take it.
Yes, and I think it goes with my tradition as we close out the year to compare you to. In the past, I've compared you to cannibal. Now I'm comparing you to a killer. But listen, he's known worldwide as being hot. And
sure.
I think that you could book the role, sister.
I will say he's also apparently a Taurus king.
Italian Taurus King. I mean, you're born to play it.
From the tri-state area. Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't think he's Pennsylvania. He's Pennsylvania, but he did have a fake Jersey license.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm honored. I'd be happy to sort of play him. I think I could sort of maybe dig in and probably understand the anger. I think it's the Taurus.
I think I've heard you talk about how much you hate healthcare many a time. So.
They must have really, really pissed him off. And knowing, I mean, a Taurus, they're very even-keeled.
Yeah.
But once you get to that point, you can't stop them.
I want to know, was there a medical bill that he received that just flipped the switch?
I don't know. We're going to need eyes on his coverage. We're going to need to talk to someone about his plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and between Luigi and Mudang, you know, they both have a history of sticking it to the man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Luigi, of course, shooting the United Healthcare CEO in cold blood.
Yeah.
And Mudang, of course, when she's irritated, biting the knee of her handler when he pisses her off. And I so relate to both of them. Any thoughts on Mudang?
First off, Mudang, I think she is cute as a button.
Absolutely. Skincare goddess. I mean, glass skin, down boots.
What I love about Mudang is, and no one is talking about it, Mudang is a nepo baby. Okay?
Interesting.
Because I'm convinced, because there are so many cute animals and baby animals. Not baby hippos, anything in zoos. And somehow this hippo pierced through the culture in a way that I'm like, Mudang's parents were famous. It was an industry plant.
Right.
Like, somehow, and so I did my digging last night because I was like, there is zero way that Mudang does not come from a famous lineage.
Stop it.
And I found out that the name of Mudang's parents, do you know?
I don't. Mudang is the Gracie Abrams of the Thai hippo community.
Okay, Mudang's parents are Tony and Jonah. So first off, gay stage parents. Like, have you ever heard of a more stage parent sounding names than Tony and Jonah?
Okay, frankly, they sound Italian.
Yeah.
They could be Luigi's parents. Are Luigi and Mudang related?
I would not be shocked.
Gennifertias, you heard it here first on Miss Thing Pod. Luigi Mangione and Mudang are related by blood.
Yeah. And Mudang will probably play Luigi in the adaptation.
Well, she's about to age out.
Yeah. But I'm kind of like, for this Christmas, go out to your local zoo and find if a baby hippo isn't in your local zoo, there's going to be other cute babies out there that probably, sorry Mudang, won't bite their handler's knees.
Totally.
But
she's
also
got a little bit of an attitude.
Which is why we love her, actually.
Of course. She's our queen.
Oh, and also, do you know what Mudang means?
I learned it at some point, but I cannot remember it now.
Bouncy pork. And if that...
Okay, that's cute as fuck.
And that is so... If someone called me bouncy pork, you would think I'd be offended. I actually think I would giggle and smile.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I think, like, when you're a human, it might hurt. But when you're a cute little hippo like that, I mean, it's
I don't know. If I said, hey, you bouncy pork, get over here.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of
It makes me laugh. Personally, if you called me bouncy pork, I would giggle.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea of, like, being eaten kind of is hard to swallow.
Bouncy, though, it's, like, full of life. You're brilliant.
For sure, for sure.
And she people love pork, and I want to be loved.
Right.
Just like we know all you Gennifertias want to be loved this holiday season.
What a year.
What a holiday season.
I'll be on for Quismois. Jeg kan kajde mig. Feet in the snow. And the mistletoe. And poison Sunday the drow.
Are you speaking in English still?
Quismois will find me. Well, the light like blow. I be voi criaus meus. If I you in miss this. Thank you.
I mean, what a beautiful way to honor Camila, to honor, that was for all of the people who didn't know, that was a rendition of Camila Cabello's beautiful Christmas singing and songs.
Of I'll Be Home for Quismois. Her famous rendition. But I put my own spin on it. I did it a little slower. I did her Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, I thought it ended a couple times, actually.
Oh, yeah. No, it felt long. Yeah. It felt long.
And that's definitely going to be going online, and so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and it's this year's Christmas shoes. It'll bring everyone to tears.
And if you think that we're actually done for the year, you're wrong, because we actually have a big episode coming next week. I was about to say next year, but actually it comes out on New Year's Eve.
Yep, it's one last gasp of terror from us this
Go out
year.
with a bang.
Yeah. And who will our Miss Thing of the Year be?
This one is the biggest one we've done yet. We always say that, but this one is truly, you guys, your mouth is going to be on the floor.
It is going to rock you to your core.
Yeah, we will rock you. Okay, Gennifertias.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you. Happy holidays.
Cynthia, happy Christmas, because we know you're British, and obviously we want to honor that.
Yeah. We will see you in the theater for the sing-along Wickeds, which open on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. And all right, have a great time with your families.
Merry Christmas.
And happy holidays.
Oh, wait, and also, the best thing that you could do this Christmas is follow us on Miss Thing the Pod.
On TikTok and Instagram. TikTok while it still lasts.
Yes. And, 5 stars and above, like always. Subscribe, comment, do all of the things, and tell your friends.
Spread the word. Yeah. All right. We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zintek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zines.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zintek on all social media.
Bonk.